from Sene West District. Thank you for your message. Now, an 8-man immigration task force has busted a human trafficking syndicate operating from the UK with its counterparts here in Accra. The task force busted the human trafficking syndicate, which is operating here in the UK with their counterparts in Apam here in Ghana. The group, which is sourced from the Ghana Immigration Service, is to help fight organized immigration crime groups, especially between Ghana and the United Kingdom. We'll get more of this from the Ghana Immigration Service. But first, here is Controller General of the Service, Kwame Esuatechi, speaking when the UK Home Secretary handed over an office complex from which the task force will be operating 24 hours.
The selection process started with 60 officers of the service. These officers were taken through various processes of selection, which included document fraud examination, polygraph tests, and a strict interview session. The above scrutiny exercise led to the selection of final 8 out of the initial 60 officers. The officers have undergone various levels of training to equip them for the task. In February 2020, before the onset of COVID-19 in Ghana, the team undertook an investigative case in Ghana at a town called Apam, which led to the identification and subsequent breakup of a syndicate in the United Kingdom. It was a human trafficking case where the syndicate, together with its Ghanaian collaborators, recruited unsuspecting victims as seafarers. This was a major breakthrough for a task force which was yet to assume full operations. The team has received some support in terms of modern equipment and a Toyota Fortuna donated by the British government as part of its collaboration. We are very grateful for the support. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to inform you that the location of this office facility being commissioned today is strategically situated to enable the team carry out its mandate effectively with stakeholders at the Ghana's busiest frontier, Kotoka International Airport, and will be operational 24/7.
The Controller General of the Ghana Immigration Service, Kwame Esuatechi, well, the Immigration Service says the apprehension of the human trafficking syndicate is an ongoing investigation. Head of Public Affairs for the Immigration Service, Superintendent Michael Amwakwata, will be joining us with some more details. But Interior Minister Ambrose Derry says migration and border security remains a priority, and the task force working together with the UK counterparts will clamp down on such crimes, including sexual exploitation and human trafficking.
I believe that what we have between Ghana and the UK is true friendship and true partnership, and already the benefits are clear for all of us to see. I would say that we've had this collaboration which has benefited us, not just protecting the country from immigration crimes, but also during the COVID. Immigration played a very, very important part of our effort to keep COVID under control. The results of that effective border management was manifested when 10 persons, Burkinabe citizens, were arrested in a hotel in Tamale, and that was due to the hard work of the immigration services. And we do know that these offenses affect the governance of the country, they retard economic development, and crimes such as labor exploitation, forced labor, sexual exploitation, and now slavery, modern day slavery, are trends that we must all fight. And I want to take the opportunity to thank the British for building our capacity to be able to do so.
Ambrose Derry is Interior Minister. Now, the office of the task force is set to operate 24 hours. The UK, which funded the project, says the investment is aimed at achieving high standards of investigations, including appropriate handling of suspects while they are being processed for court. Home Secretary Priti Patel, who has also met with the National Security Minister Albert Kandapar, said the immigration task force will be liaising with the UK immigration officials directly.
Just heard about how organised immigration crime and criminals exploit and prey upon the most vulnerable for their own greed. And also they are there abusing them and making money out of their harsh and callous business. So we know that through our enforcement agencies and the work that we can do together, we support each other, but actually by working together through the techniques, the intelligence sharing, the information sharing, how we can operationalise together, we can stop this appalling crime. And we can do much more work upstream, prosecuting them here in country, using the full force of the law and the full arm of all aspects of law enforcement to make sure that we can stop this appalling trade in people trafficking and organised immigration crime. So I'm delighted that we now have the Ghanaian Immigration Task Force with its permanent office and facility. The Honourable Minister and I will be looking at the facility shortly. It's an investment that my government is proud to make here in Ghana. And it's important in terms of training officers, it's important in terms of the skills and the capability that are grown here, but also we have the skills, the ability to interview suspects, protect victims, and we will have custody suites here. So these are vital tools to enable all our officers, we've had the privilege of meeting our officers here today on the ground, to enable them to not just do their job, to protect the population, both Ghana and the United Kingdom, from these appalling immigration crimes that have been taking place.
UK Home Secretary Priti Patel there. We were supposed to get more information on the bust of this human trafficking syndicate by the Immigration Service, whose head of Public Affairs, Michael Amwakwata, is expected to join us so we can understand exactly what this is about. We're told it is still an ongoing investigation. And by the way, any information might not be easily available, but those are visuals from the center that this 8-man task force sourced from the Immigration Service are supposed to be working from. This office is located close to the Kotoka International Airport. We do have Superintendent Amwakwata, who is Public Affairs Head for the Immigration Service, joining us. Mr. Amwakwata, thank you very much for your time. Let's begin with the work of the task force so far. We understand from the Controller General that they have busted a syndicate. Tell us more about this.
Hello?
Yes, sir. You are on air.
Yes. I didn't get your question.
Right. My question is for you to tell us a bit more about the work of the task force so far. We understand from the Controller General's comments that they have already busted a human trafficking syndicate. Tell us a bit more.
Okay. The task force, that is the Ghana Immigration Task Force, is a specialized unit that is in place to fight against organized immigration crimes and also document fraud. And their first major assignment was the busting of a syndicate where a company in Ghana tried to recruit innocent Ghanaians with the guise of sending them to the UK as seafarers. Then when they get to UK, their passports and other documents and monies are seized from them, and then they are forced to engage in certain jobs that is dehumanizing. And they were able to track one of the kingpins behind this, and also to get information on the other side, that is in the UK, and the syndicate was busted, and some arrests and prosecutions have been made. And it is an ongoing investigation, and from the Controller General, as read in his speech, it was a very big success for the unit and to set the pace for them to do more of such investigative operations.
So this office, as we're seeing the visuals right now, is it operational? We're told they will be working 24 hours.
Yes, it's operational now. Yesterday, the facility was commissioned. It's fully stocked with all the logistics that they need, and the officers have been trained. In fact, it started with 60 officers who went through various levels of training. At the end of the training, 8 of them were selected to become officers of that specialized unit. They went through a lot about investigations and other techniques in money laundering and document fraud identification and all that. So these 8 are currently manning the facility and are going to operate 24/7, just like the Comptroller General said.
Mr. Makwata, thank you very much for your time, and we look forward to the investigations and the conclusion of that particular investigation, as well as what more work this task force will be doing against immigration crimes. Superintendent Amakwata speaks for the Immigration Service. One of the longest ongoing debates in recent German history is coming to terms with the darkest chapters of Germany's colonialism. Last week, for the first time, Germany officials acknowledged officially its committed genocide during its colonial rule in Namibia. While the decision was hailed as a milestone in Germany, it fell short of meeting the expectations of the two communities it impacted the most, the Herero and the Nama people. Joining us from Berlin is DW's Emmanuel Chase with details. Emmanuel, it's good to have you. Tell us more about the decision from Germany to now acknowledge genocide after years of negotiations.
Well, the cooperation lasted 5 years between